acknowledgement, which have acknowledged master skill, all in low, and also CITI port in itself. I'm also seeing Western Cape Education Department officials, subject advisors, curriculum advisors, those in strategic positions are also attending, and I also express my appreciation to you, and also how you enable us here in the Western Cape to help the kids of Western Cape. And I believe that what you are doing is indeed contagious. Other provincial departments, other provinces will also see how a public-private partnership works together to enable it for the kids. So once again, thank you. I see a lot of faces on here, and I express my appreciation. None other, I see Ihsan Francis, he just gave me a wave. That's $1 million wave, by the way. And also for him enabling us to work with the CAT teachers, subject advisors within this province. I express my appreciation and thank you for those that have also tuned in. And Mr. Nigel James is the programming officer of G-CITI campus, driving solution tools will actually take you further. So my heartfelt appreciation to each and every one. Thank you, Nigel.
Okay, once again, good morning to everyone that has just logged into now. Trust you're good and well. I always say that here at the Icon Center, we are ever fresh. We've got no stress because we do what is always best. Okay, so I hope that you will enjoy the journey for today onto it, being to see the challenges that you face pertaining to Jasperactive onto it. Okay, so if you have questions, you can just chat on the live chat onto it. We got the technical team onto it. Mr. Tarwat is there, Mr. Lincoln is there. So you can just pop your questions onto it and we will get back to you. Also, we will give opportunity if you have maybe random questions to ask. Just unmute yourself quickly, ask your question to the best of my ability, and the team that's online with me will answer you, and then you can just maybe just mute yourself again onto it. Okay, so can I get a high five maybe for everybody that's in you? Can everybody hear me? Anybody?
All good, thank you.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
Okay, so are we ready to rock and roll? So what
it's okay.
So what I will do is I will start to share my screen from the point of as you have enrolled for the Jasperactive to obtain a demo key, you'd have received an email, and that email would have contained your demo key. So a lot of people ask, what do we do with a demo key? How do we get into the portal? What must we do? And a lot of people could not get into it because they don't know how to do it, even though there were instructions. Sometimes it's a bit challenging. So I'm going to start from that point where you actually obtain the demo key, and I'm going to speak about Jasperactive. I'm going to show you the navigation route in Jasperactive and what certain things mean into it, so that you can have an understanding how to get into it. Also, what you can do is you can ask me questions where you start maybe, so that the others can maybe also learn out of it, and also we can learn for the future candidates into it. Is that good with you? Okay. So I'm just going to share my screen quickly. Where's the screen? Let's get up to it. There we go. Okay, so can everybody see my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
I can see your screen, Nigel. Feroza asked if you can record the session. She wants to record the session. Are you recording?
Okay, you can record. We're also recording, so it's good. No problem. Right. So after you've received your email, you would have seen that there is actually a code into it, which is your exit code. So what you do is you can select that code into it, and then you can copy it. Right. So I'm just going to copy it. Then what you do is you get a new tab. Right? In the new tab, you can just type in jasperactive.com. So after typing jasperactive.com, pressing enter, then you will see there's two options for you in the landing page of Jasperactive. So what you do is you click in log in to Jasperactive. After you click in log in to Jasperactive, you will see that this will be the next page that you get. Now, two things that we pick up for a lot of candidates who actually come in this window is the one option that says here, an update is available, okay? But the one thing we're going to focus on for now, the first step is, this is actually where you have to paste your activation code into it. So this will be the window that you get. So here you will see, actually, can you see where I move my mouse pointer? It says new user. Now, sometimes maybe you don't have maybe a login details yet because you are maybe new to it. If you had already login details, you could have just logged in here and go on as normal. But because we don't have a login details, so you put in the activation code here and then you click on activate. Are you all with me? Everybody with me? So now you go to the next window. So after you click on activate, you will see that this window will appear onto it. So what's the purpose of this window? You will see this is actually accounts that you already have created somewhere along your journey. For example, maybe you've got a Microsoft account and you want to link Jasperactive with your Microsoft account. So you could have select Microsoft account, then all the login details used in your Microsoft account will be linked to your Jasperactive. You can have your 365, you can have Facebook, or your G-CITI account can be linked or connected via this portal. But if you say, but I don't have any of these, or I don't want to connect via these options, then you can just click on the skip button. Okay? Once you click on the skip button, you will see you come to a registration form onto it. So what you normally do is you type in all the information. There's the required fields like name, last name, which is your surname, date of birth, the language, the country is important. The country will be South Africa. So you will see when you come to the options, if you select South Africa, there will be your Eastern Cape, Western Cape, Northern Cape, etc. The city, you can say Cape Town. If you are in Johannesburg or wherever you are, you can just put the city in there and then your postal code. Okay? Here, what we will do is, because most of the people are high school, we will use high school for this instance onto it. By company or school name, you will put in your school name and then the +2 for Harare, Pretoria. That's the time zone that we're running into it. Because you're creating a new account for you, you will type in your email, you confirm your email, and you type in your password. And again, you just confirm your password. Okay? At the bottom, you will see there's some security questions. The purpose of the security questions, say for example, if you forget your username, and then they will prompt you one of these questions. If you click on maybe question 1, you can choose maybe what question is going to be easy for you to remember. So I just say, who is my favorite actor? Obviously, I'm my own actor, so I just said me, I'm my own actor. Okay, my favorite color will be blue. And what is the name of your first teacher? Well, my mommy was my first teacher. Okay, because she taught me actually how to speak, how to walk. So she was also part of my teaching career. Once you are done with it, you click on submit. Okay, if it is that maybe one of these information, especially the required field, was maybe being omitted, or maybe some of the information doesn't correspond, it will be highlighted in red for you. Okay, so then you click on submit. Okay, then you will see you will come to a window where you have to confirm. Now, the activation code that is being generated by through Master Skills, okay, they actually put forth on Word, Excel, and all these courses. So there you will see that Marlene Lowe is a teacher and it's the Western Cape schools. Okay, so we can just click on confirm. Okay, you can say, if you think about you maybe time to time forget your password, etc., you can rather save it, or you can say don't save it. For this purpose, I will just click on save. Okay, so now once again, they say that congratulations, success, the data has been saved onto it. So this is actually your Jasperactive, the landing page onto it. So this is actually where all your questions is going to derive from now. Okay, is there any questions thus far? So what we just did is, for this moment, is we have actually used our demo key and we actually just redeemed the key and actually created a Jasperactive account for us. Is there any questions from your side? Anyone? Are you all still good?
Thank you.
Okay. Can I ask a question? Is there anyone in the room that haven't yet created an account? Okay, Chris, you haven't created an account. Can you unmute yourself, Chris?
Yep, I did not create yet my account because I'm still waiting for the demo key.
Okay, so I'll just ask one of the technical guys to make a note of you, Chris Gray, and then they have to actually. You did send the email, but you didn't receive the demo key. That's what you say. So okay, just like
Yes.
of that technical team, so that you can get one for him. Anyone else? Is there any other question, Chris? You're fine now.
I'm fine now.
So, but you will know how to create the account in the straightforward as I explained now.
Yes.
Awesome. Joshua, you want to ask something?
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay. So for those of you who haven't received your demo key, what you can do is, as we go along, just type your email address in the chat, and then we can actually send it to you via that also. Then it will be much more quicker onto it. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Going once, going twice? Firoza, you good?
I just wanted to ask, I registered my my district under Meet, but I haven't received that activation key. Is the activation key just for myself, or can the others now register via Meet, or how does that work?
Okay. I'll just ask Marlene. Are you with us? Marlene, are you with us? Okay. Marlene? Rochelle? Okay. Okay. So the question that you're asking, Firoza, is that you have registered, did you register as a CITC? Firoza?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Okay. So you have registered as a authorized testing center, right?
Yes, that's right.
So you are just away. Did you receive the activation code already?
No.
Okay, so once you Master Skills receive your CITC number, and then they will forward it to you, and then you will be able to actually upload your students onto it.
Okay, but I registered a while ago. I think it was more than a week ago, because I registered as soon as I think Llewellyn sent us the mail with the details on how to and whatever. So it's been quite a while now.
Okay, so what we'll do is I will follow up with Master Skills, and then I will give you some feedback in the course.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah?
Nigel,
Thanks.
Nigel,
Yes,
we're busy preparing the demo keys for everyone else. So if they can pop the email addresses in the chat box, we'll distribute the demo keys on our side.
We have done that.
So we're managing that process now.
Yeah, we have to thank you for that, Mr. Tarwat. We are busy.
Okay,
Yeah, because Chris actually came up with one of the concerns, so we are driving in that. Okay, right. So I will go on to the next step, right? So now we've actually have got Jasperactive onto it. Now, one of the things that I could have seen is now, because Jasperactive is already on here on the system here, it might be that you don't have Jasperactive installed on your PC. Okay, so what will happen if you have to install Jasperactive? There will come up a window with two options. The one option will be for your institution, and the one will be for a normal learner onto it. But we recommend whenever you install the Jasperactive that you use the institution version onto it. It's about 368 megabytes of data that you will have to use to download it. The nice thing about downloading the institution version is because it contains all the resources that you're gonna need. If you use the normal version onto it, which is only about, I think, a few megabytes, but every time when you want to launch Word, you want to launch Excel, etc., you must download some of the resources again, which is actually unnecessary. So here at the top, going through these icons here quickly. This icon here is taking you at any time to the home screen, which is this landing page here. Here you will see this is the Jasperactive. If you hold your mouse onto it, it can be one or two things. You will see that mine has got a little right mark next to it. It means that my Jasperactive is the latest version. You will see it says you have the latest version installed on your computer, your current version of Microsoft Office compatible. Okay. Now, say for example, if I didn't have the latest version, there would have been a little cross onto it. You just click onto it, and then actually you can install it. Okay. So here you will see there's an institution version, and here's a home version. You will see that the institution version is the updated version is now 458 megabytes, whereas the home version is only 11 megabytes. So a lot of you people want to think, okay, I don't want to take all those data from myself, and they go for the home version. But in the long run, they find difficulties, and that's actually where a lot of challenges lies into it. When you try to launch one of the applications, then it's actually blocking or stalling, etc. So the best way to do it, you actually download it. Okay, when you download it, it's gonna lie in one of the folders rather in my documents or wherever you save it to it. Okay, once you have downloaded, then you got to run it from that point onto it. Okay, so this is what a Jasperactive is, the updates onto it. The next one will be the badges. So what is the purpose of your badges? The badge is like a brownie point that you get. No, sometimes on school you did good, they give you a sticker against your forehead and those type of things. You get a golden sticker, brown sticker, whatever, or bronze, or even a silver sticker. Now, say for example, if you complete one of the lessons in Word that I'm going to show you later, then you will see one of these badges will be activated. So for example, for Word, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lessons. After completion of each lesson, then they give you a sticker. Now, if you do very well in one of it, right? So they will give you like a recognition badge. So they recognize for a brilliant achievement onto it. And there's also a greatness badge, okay? So the ultimate goal. So that means if you have achieved successfully completing all prescribed lessons and achieved a minimum score of 80%, then they will give you the greatness badge onto it. Okay, does that make sense to everybody? Also, you will see the application group. You will see this Microsoft Office 2013. If you click on the arrow, you will see this 2016 and 2019. So when you actually redeem your voucher, you can choose one of these options in here. Okay, this option here is just for reports. So when you want to look at the report, at your scores and all the type of things, maybe on
Can I please ask a question?
Okay.
Which topic is being covered today?
Okay, I'm not covering, remember, I'm not covering any one of these applications. What I'm covering today is the technical part of Jasperactive, where we're taking you through the application.
Oh, I thought it's a cat lesson today.
Say again. No, it's not a cat lesson. It is actually how to operate Jasperactive, so you can actually do self-study through the Word, Excel, and Access applications onto it.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so here you will see actually just the results. And so if you click on Word, then it will give you results pertaining to Word, what you have covered thus far, etc. Okay, so there you will see actually there's a benchmark test, there's lesson quizzes, there's lesson exercises, create, validate, and even the G-metrics. So those are the questions, the outcome of your report. Okay. This one here is obviously your settings. So if you want to change certain settings in your Jasperactive account, then you can go into it. Okay. Most of the times you as an individual won't actually work onto it. Okay. So I'm just going to go back to my home page. Okay. Also, we must understand that Jasperactive works in 5 stages. The first one is our benchmark. So what is the purpose of the benchmark? Now, normally when you go into any course, you will know that there are certain information that you know by heart, but yet they still teach you to actually to complete the curriculum because it's part of a curriculum, it's part of the course. But what Jasperactive does, okay, after you've done the benchmark, they will create a unique course for you based on things you don't know. So the things that you already have mastered, they won't actually create a course based on that thing. So that's a nice part of Jasperactive. Okay, so that's a benchmark test. The benchmark test, it is a 50-minute test that you do, which is an instructional set where you are allowed to open up a Word application with a lot of instructions that you just need to follow. For example, they will tell you, open up maybe Word, create a new document, go save as, bold, use the form thing, all those things. Once the benchmark is completed, you submit it, and then they give you a points onto it, and then they create your course from that point. Then the second part is to learn. Now, what you do in the learn is actually where you have an e-book. The e-book is specifically designed with certain portions of the book, okay, where you can actually learn the components onto it. Once you are done with your learn, you can go over to practice. So what you have learned, you can put into practice. Okay, so while you are practicing, you can actually submit and get a scoring out of it. Once you are done with it, you can you go to the create phase where they create a project-based exercise to combine your skills and your creativity onto it. And once that is done, you're gonna validate, and that is actually where you actually can go and do the exam onto it. Okay, is everybody still with me?
I can hear you,
Okay, I just see my screen.
Nigel, but I cannot see your screen.
Okay, I just want to get to the screen back. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, is everybody with me here now?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, awesome. Right, so these are the learning path in Jasperactive. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to work with Microsoft Office 2016, and then I'm going to show you how each application is actually working, okay? But before I'm going to go into the work, is there any questions that you maybe have before I go into it? Anyone? Going once, going twice? Okay, so I will launch Word onto it. Please also bear in mind, people, you have to install these applications on your desktop or on your computer. Otherwise, it won't open up, right? So I'm going to open up Word. Okay. Okay, so now they're going to ask me to install Jasperactive, but what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to do the installation because it's going to take quite some time, so I'm just going to pop in to another account. Okay, can everybody see this window quickly here? Can somebody just say hi?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So this is how the applications look from the inside. So once I've clicked on Word, okay, this is the home tab. So you can see I just came back to it. Okay, I don't know why my screen's going black every time. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to open up Word quickly. We're still doing the same thing.
You can just click on Jasperactive, it's already installed on my computer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so now it will say launch the benchmark. Okay, so as I said, what the benchmark is taking you actually to the application that is actually the way Jasperactive has generated a course for you, right? Or like a test. Okay, so that you can read through it. They will tell you that the course is, that the test is 50 minutes. Okay, and then they will give you some information. So what I will do is I will just continue. Now, also one thing, people, they say you can use the recipe book sample.pdf as a file reference. Now you will see once I launch it, I will show you where the reference is actually located. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Right. So you will see once you click on continue, this is my Word application here, and this is my instruction set here. Okay. Let's take this one out of the way here. Right. So how does it work?
Nigel?
Actually,
Okay. We're just waiting for your screen to come up. What screen are you looking at now?
okay, I'm on the Word screen.
We
Okay.
see the Jasperactive support screen.
Okay. Okay, so let me stop this. Say this one quickly, the previous one, and then I will come on to the other one.
Okay, Nigel, when you do a share screen, the first window that you see in the left top corner, you've now stopped the share screen. So on the left top corner, there is a window that is basically to share the entire computer. So I'm going to come around to you and then I'm going to do that for you quickly on your side. Okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Darwin. Okay, so I'll just say this one quickly.
While we wait, can I ask you something? Yesterday, I started with a course, and when I tried it, something happened. I looked for the files, and the time went on. So at the end, I didn't score very well. So there's no way that you can redo it.
Okay, say again quickly.
Yesterday, I started with this, the first part of Word, and I didn't know where all the files were. So I started and get a very poor mark. It seems that I can do nothing, but there's no way that I can redo it.
Okay, yes, you can redo it.
Benchmark.
Okay, the benchmark test. Remember, the benchmark test only is for the startup. Okay, now what we suggest to students is that you don't have to do the benchmark, right? Remember, the benchmark is just to test what you know and what you don't know. Remember, when you do the benchmark, right, the application will only create for you a course, right, on the things that you don't know, right, or you haven't mastered yet. So the best, what we suggest normally is just to click and submit with the benchmark and don't even do the benchmark, so that you can actually learn everything of the tools in the Jasperactive Word, Excel, or PowerPoint, if that makes sense to you. Are you with me?
Sorry, can I just ask you now, what should I do now? Because I've done the benchmark and it gave me some things to do now, apparently that I don't know. So what must I do now? There's no way that I can fix it or restart it.
The only thing you got to do now is you got to follow the course now. But what I will do is, right, if you just pop your email address and then I will just make note of it. Right, put your query, put your email address, then I will actually communicate with you after the session. Will that be fine?
Nigel, can I help you here?
Okay, yes, Marlene.
Okay, so Ronelle, did you do the benchmark test or did you do lesson 1?
I did the benchmark test and lesson 1.
Okay, so once you've done a benchmark test, we can reset it for you that you can do it again if you want to do it again. But lesson 1, if you've learned once, you can now go and practice. So you learn once, but you can practice many times. And every time you practice, you can better your score. Obviously, the more you learn, the more you're going to acquire the skill. And then your scores will update every time you do it. You will get a better score and a better score and a better score.
Okay, thank you.
Does that answer your question?
So you will reset it for me.
I can reset the benchmark, but you're learning. Carol, are you online?
Yes, I am, Marlene.
Once we've reset the benchmark, if she's done the benchmark now, okay?
Right.
So all the stuff that she got right, she's not going to learn, correct?
Okay.
So if we reset the benchmark now, it will not customize the learning any further because it's already been customized.
Yeah.
It won't affect her lessons at all.
Okay.
And she can be in lesson 3 already and halfway through. And when we reset the benchmark, she can redo the benchmark before the lessons again. But it should not affect your performance in your other lessons. But you know what? I'm going to do it quickly and give you a proper answer before the end of this session.
Okay, thank you very much.
Carol.
Okay.
Thank you, Carol.
Pleasure. Answer? Now?
Yes.
Okay, so is that good? Does it help a lot for you?
Yes, thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you. Is there anyone else that maybe got another similar question or something like that? Okay, so just a few icons here, people, like I want to explain to you. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so if you look here at the top, you will see there's four icons here. The one, obviously, the question mark is for Yelp. But this one here, sometimes you don't like the panel where the instructions are on the right-hand side and you want to flip it maybe to be maybe horizontal, then you can click onto it. So now it will be horizontal. So can you see it? Okay. If you want it to be vertical again, then you click on vertical. So there we go. Okay. There's a minimize and there's a close button onto it. Okay. This here, where it says your time, this is the amount of time that you got left on the benchmark. This is the questions or the objectives that you must actually meet onto it. Okay. If you, for example, edit a document, these instructions is pertaining to only of edit a document. So what you do is, for example, they say open the Miss recipe.pdf document. So now you must remember when you have installed the Jasperactive, the files or the resource that you need will be installed in the documents or my documents folder. For example, I'm just going to open up this file quickly for you. So they will tell you what you must do to obtain this objective, edit a document. So what you do is you're going to go to File, you go to Open, and then you can do one of two ways or many ways how to get to the documents folder. So what I like to do is I just click on Browse. Okay, then I navigate to the documents folder. And then you will have to go look where Jasperactive is because the files will all be in Jasperactive. So here's Jasperactive. And then the resource files will be there. And there we go. So you see, so that's my PDF because they ask you to open the PDF one. So you can click onto it, click on open, or you can just double click onto it to open it up. Okay, so you click OK. Okay, so now you just go according to these things. So I'm not going to complete it because it's going to take too much time. So what I'm going to do is, so normally after you've performed all these steps onto it, you must make sure that you mark as answered. Okay, if the text is maybe for you a little bit too small, you will see here's a minus, here's a plus. This is the font decrease and the font increase. So if I want to increase the fonts, okay, yeah, I can. Vice management meeting. Okay, is everybody with me? Okay, here at the bottom, you will see this is actually where resources are lying into it. So this is the sample how it looks into the PDF. So after you have done your task onto it, you can actually open up this file and you can verify it. So after you are done, you can click on submit. Okay, here's exit without submitting and you can submit results. So if you click on exit without submitting, it allows you to come back at a later stage onto it. But if you want to submit your results, you can click submit results or you can just say exit without submitting. Okay, so it brings you back to where you actually are onto it. So that's how you do with Word. So now actually you are done with your benchmark. So now you can click in Word again. Okay, without the benchmark.
Nigel?
Yes?
Apologies for the interruption. I think the meeting, on the meeting schedule, it wasn't scheduled properly, so it's going to end now. But what I'm going to suggest is just to give everyone the other meeting ID that we created, so we can restart the session.
Okay.
And then you can just continue on another meeting ID, if that's fine.
Okay, is everybody with us?
Yes.
Okay, so we
Nigel, can I just quickly give you an answer on and for Ronell? I have reset my benchmark on Word, and it starts off with the benchmark as you've got on your screen at the moment, and at the top there where it says overall progress, it shows my percentage that I've already done in my lessons.
Yeah.
So she can do her benchmark. We reset it for her without losing any practices.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna end this meeting. Then we're gonna start again, and then I'm gonna take you into the initial learning path of Jasperactive based on the word application. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be back in just a minute or two onto it. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
mine doesn't look like that.
Like the screen I have before me.
Yes. Mine
Okay.
looks like,
I'm not gonna, okay, let me just start from the beginning quickly. So you will always see the screen in front of you, right? So once I click on the word.
That's how mine is looking now.
Okay, so I clicked on the word. So what happened, right? After I've completed the benchmark, right? And I clicked on submit. Once I click on submit for results, right? Then this will come up. Remember, once you click on Word or Excel or PowerPoint, once you start off, each lesson starts off with a quiz. Is that clear?
Is that clear?
Okay, so you will see if you go to lesson 2 also, there will be a quiz. Lesson 3 will have a quiz. So they first test your knowledge, what do you know about Word, and then they will actually start off with the learning of the session onto it. Okay, now is everybody with me? Then I can just show you how the quizzes work onto it. So when I click on start the quiz, you will see it's multiple choices, right? So for example, why might you want to import a file instead of opening it in Word? Is there anyone that can give me maybe the answer? Anyone? Why might you want to import a file instead of opening it in Word? Anyone? No one? Going once, going twice? Or are you scared you're going to answer wrong? Okay, so if no one can answer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run quickly through all these questions and I'm just going to click onto it. Okay, I'm just going to, whether it be wrong or right, I'm just going to go quickly through it. Okay, because what will happen is they won't allow you to go to the next part. You must answer all the questions. Otherwise, they won't show you the results onto it. Okay, so I click on show the results. Do you want to continue? I click on OK. And then it will give you results, what you know. So that's I got 7 out of 10 correct by taking chances also, right? So now you can review it. Then you can see where you went wrong. And okay, let me just click on review. Then they will show you actually. Okay, so the following questions were answered incorrectly. Each question includes a note to help you understand the correct answer. So that's actually a nice answer. So it will tell you where you went wrong and actually what was the correct answer onto it. Okay, so once you are done, and this is actually lesson 1. So the nice thing about it, it is divided into sections of getting started. So this is the ebook. So once I click on the ebook, then you will see that actually that here's a little book where I actually can read onto it. So you can see it starts automatically by using the Quick Access Toolbar. So you can have a read through the Quick Access Toolbar. You will see they explain to you how the Quick Access Toolbar looks onto it. They will show you how to actually customize the Quick Access Toolbar, whether you're going to use the Quick Access Toolbar with a customized button, or whether you're going to go into the options menu and actually from that window change the tools on the Quick Access Toolbar and actually how to use the ribbon. So those are things that they will actually show you. Once you have read through it and you think you understand it, then you can close it. So now I've read through it. So now I say I'm going to learn. So remember, when you read, you're getting knowledge. When you learn, you're getting the skill. So once you click on learn, you will see the two windows open again as in our benchmark, which will be your Word application, and also on the right-hand side, which will be actually your instruction set. So we just wait a moment quickly. Everybody still with me? Is there any questions so far? Everybody still with me? Yes. Okay, so now you will see the same thing applies. I explained to you these buttons here. I explained to you this is the objective. We're going to customize the quick access toolbar. This is our questions here. On the side here, this is the minimize, the maximize of our font if you want to make it bigger or smaller. So can we quickly see how the instructions really work? The first part they tell you, they say click on file, click new, click blank document to create a new blank document. So I'm going to go quickly and follow the steps. I'm going to go to file, I'm going to go to new, and I'm going to go to click blank document. And there we go. So there's one of the questions finished. Okay, I'll just close this. So there I got this question one already done. So my second instruction is under quick access toolbar, click the customize quick access toolbar and click on new. So it's obviously our quick access toolbar is limited to a few tools at the moment. So what we do is we want to increase the tools. So we click onto it and we say new as per the instruction. So there we got it. So now we will see actually here is the new tool onto it. Our next step is click the customize quick access toolbar button and click on quick print. So that's to add a new tool onto it. Now I'm not going to explain in depth what is the purpose of the quick access toolbar because that is not the purpose of the session today. It's just to show and demonstrate to you what is actually Jasperactive about. So here's quick print onto it. So you will see here are all my icons that I've actually added up to it. So my fourth instruction is click the customize quick access toolbar button and click more commands. So this is the customize button, and then I will say more commands. Here's the more commands onto it. They say in the list box at the right, click new. So this is the new file. Now they say I must move up to the position, this command above save, meaning new file is here, it must be above save. So I will just click on this move up button. And there we go. Once that is done, I click on OK. Okay, so now you can see my new has actually moved up before the save button. Okay, now they say, okay, click already on OK. And then question 7, they say, click the customize quick access toolbar button and click quick print. So it's obviously they don't want us actually to have the quick print button onto it. So I will go onto it. And you will see this quick print. You will also see where the sticks onto it. These icons are actually appearing on my quick access toolbar. So I will just take quick print off. Okay, click the customize quick access toolbar and click new. So they want me to remove also the new. So I will click onto it and I say new. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So after that is all done, okay, you must make sure that you tick it off here, say mark is answered. Okay, so once I'm done, I can submit it. Now there's two options, exit without submitting. This is, for example, if you want to come back at a later stage and actually start again from where you left off onto it. But for now, we want to see actually how we actually performed in this topic onto it. So I will submit results. Okay, so they will say correct marks is 1, incorrect marks is 0, percentage is 100% onto it. Now, all those things that you maybe didn't have correct would have been listed for you down here, and then you could have just gone back to the ebook and then you can have another read again onto it. Okay, and there we go. And this is actually how Jasperactive is working. So when you're going to go into Word, you're going to go to Excel, into Access, the principle stays the same onto it. Once you've seen your results here, you can say return to Jasperactive. Okay, and then you come in here again. So now I can go maybe to my second topic, which is working with text, then I can read, etc. But now I see for myself, but I have now done enough in Word. I want to go to Excel a bit and see what Excel skills I have. What you do is you go to the home button, and then you can start working with Excel. Okay, the same principle account as I said, you launch the benchmark, you go through it. Once you click on submit, you get your results, and then you start with your quiz, and then you can actually start practicing in Word. So this is actually what it's all about. Okay, is there any questions from your side? Anyone?
No, we're good, thank you.
Anyone? You can ask questions. I believe here is some technical people in the group also. Here is some professionals in the group. Marley is there, Carol is there, me, myself is here, Mr. Tarawat, Mr. Lincoln is there. So we can help you wherever you struggle onto it. Is there maybe some of you that had maybe some challenges, whether it be downloading and those type of things that couldn't come through the application?
Can I just ask, how do you skip the benchmark now?
Okay, okay, what I'm going to do is, can everybody still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to skip quickly with Excel. So I must first launch it, okay? Then what I do is, I click on launch benchmark. Okay, continue. Okay, so what you normally do is, just close this here quickly. I will just mark that I tick this one up onto it. And then what you do is, you don't have to go through all these things onto it. It's unnecessary. So what you do is, you just click on submit. Click on submit, then you say submit results.
Nigel, can I make a comment?
Okay.
Just for now, you know, at Tuan University, they're using this Jasperactive portal for about 2,200 students. And what they've decided was to tell students not to do the benchmark. And the reason for that was if you allow students to do the benchmark, then the curriculums will not all be the same for the students. So if say for instance I do my benchmark and I do lesson 1 and some of it I had wrong, then I will only do the things that I had wrong. And because they're supporting students remotely now, if a student says I'm struggling with lesson 1 topic 2, if I've done a benchmark and I had it correct, my lesson 1 topic 2 will be different to the person that just submitted the complete test. So Nigel, if you can just go back to launch that benchmark, maybe look at access, because have you done access? So we would launch the benchmark and then you would submit it. So all the learning will then unlock for everybody and everybody's screens will be the same. I was physically in the class at the university and 1 or 2 students did the benchmark. They didn't listen, they just did it. And we could then show them, you know, it's easier for the lecturer if everybody's on the same page. So we then reset the benchmark, we got them to submit it, and everybody's screens were the same.
Okay, thank you very much for that insight, Marlene. Okay,
thank you very much.
Also, as I have explained previously when I started off with the word, so the thing about the benchmark is actually, if you've completed the benchmark and you're good at certain things, they're not going to test you or create the curriculum for you based on what you already know onto it. So the best part, if you want to know everything and even increase your knowledge and understanding and skill in Word or Excel or even Access, then you rather just skip the benchmark. So once you've launched the benchmark, then you can just click on submit. That's the only thing that you can do. Okay, does it make sense to everybody? Okay, so I will just submit it here again, and then I will say, but remember, once you click for submit here, if you say exit without submitting, it means you can come back later again to do the benchmark. Okay, and you have to you must rather complete the benchmark, and otherwise the others won't launch. So I just click submit the results. and then you'd say return to Jasperactive, and then your course will actually start with its quizzes onto it. Okay, so there's an access quiz. So I'm going back to the home tab quickly. Okay, does it make a bit sense to you people? Does it a bit bring enlightenment onto it?
Okay, Nigel.
Yes,
I think what's the gentleman's name? Chris Gray. He's got a question for you.
okay.
He can just unmute himself and he can ask his question.
Okay. Chris? Chris, are you there?
How do you use a text box in Access?
How do you use
A text box in Access.
Okay, so you ask yourself, where are you going to be in Access? Are you talking about in Access if you are in the designer tab or in the designer window, or where? Is it in the
They didn't say, in the one exam they said insert a text box. Where on earth do you get that?
Okay, remember, when you're going to insert, then you're going to be most of the time in the designing option of Access.
Okay.
If it makes sense to you. Remember, there are designing portion of it where you insert text boxes and where you resize the text boxes.
Yeah, because at school, when we went to do that, I looked through it, I could not find it.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Tell me, is this one of the questions in the school paper?
Department.
In the department paper. Okay. Is there maybe a teacher here on the group that can give some more light onto that question? Anyone? Okay. What I will do is, right?
Sorry, Nigel, sorry. I did see it in Access. I don't know Access myself that well, but when I was in class at Tshwane University, I had one of those questions, and it is covered in some of the lessons, but I don't know which one.
Okay, so it will be in the design view because that's So what you can do is, Chris, we got your email address. So what we can do is we can communicate via that. Okay, then I will give you more guidance onto it.
Nigel?
Yes, Sarwa?
We have a few more questions in the chat box.
Okay.
There's a lady, Anzia Baylis.
Okay.
She wants to know what is the benchmark purpose, and then there is Iris. How long is the course going to be for free?
It's for 2 months. Once you activate your demo key, okay, it's a 60-day. Is that correct, Marlene?
That is correct. But remember, we're going to order licenses now for the districts, and we will move the students over into the districts, and we will then allow, the idea is to get them to work in this for the month of June until the end of July.
Wow, awesome. So it will actually start again, then you will actually have a fresh start off point again.
So at the moment, everybody links to your, can I say, to your designated or your group. But once we've got the centers live for the districts, we're going to move the people over into those districts, and they won't even know that we're doing it. We'll do it in the back end.
Okay, so that Iris, I hope that answers your question. And then just to go back to Anzia Baylis, what is the benchmark purpose? What's the purpose for the benchmark?
Okay, the purpose of the benchmark, remember, as the word, what we normally say, even in project management, is a point of reference, right, where you can build upon onto it. Okay, so what it does is the purpose of the benchmark, it tests what you know and what you don't know. So they give you a task, right, like a project. That project is running for 50 minutes onto it. Okay, so you must complete the instruction set onto it. What Jasperactive does, after you've submitted your benchmark, they create a unique course specifically designed for you based on what you don't know. and where you actually a bit not too good into it. Let's cost you some time onto it. Instead of focusing on things you don't know, they take the things you know, they take it out. So that's the purpose of the benchmark. So they actually analyze what you know and what you don't know, and then they create for you a unique course based on that, if it makes sense.
Okay. Yes. And then another question, now this is the last one, then you can continue. The same person, Anzia Bayless, does the Jasperactive basically replace the school textbook?
No. Remember the Jasperactive. So if you heard about MOS is the Microsoft Office Specialist, right? Where you actually can have an international certification onto it. So the content covered in Jasperactive is actually aligned to the MOS exams onto it. So once you complete the Jasperactive, you can actually go and write the MOS exam on Word, Excel, or Access onto it. It doesn't defeat the purpose of the school curriculum. What it does, it's just actually there to enhance it.
Okay, thank you very much for that, Nigel. I think you can proceed now.
Okay, so at the moment, I'm actually done because I went through all of the tools in the applications, and I'm open to questions now so that we can answer. If you want me to go a certain aspect again onto it, please feel free to ask so.
Okay, then I think this should be the time dedicated for the people who wants to ask questions. Nigel is open for questions now, everyone. You can either send a message if you're unable to speak. If it's possible for you to speak in the room that you are in, then you can switch on your microphone just to ask a few questions before we initially end our session.
Okay, so anyone else? I'm just gonna stop the sharing of the screen quickly so I can see you people. There we go. Anyone? Is everybody good?
Can you hear me?
Anzia?
Yes, please. I'm now not familiar with the whole system. It seems as if this is only in the Western Cape province that they are using this Jasperactive. Do you mean that the students or the learners will still do this program with the school textbook? Because they must all write the exam, the same exam.
Okay. What we did is here in the Western Cape, right? We called it a winter school and a spring school. This is a winter school and this is a spring school. So what we did is, you must remember, these Jasperactive courses is in alignment and even to a higher extent, right?
Yes.
With your curriculum. So what we did was last year, we took the grade 12 students of schools, and then we had a 3-day boot camp with them, and then we allowed them to go write the MOS exams onto it. So the MOS exams allow them to actually obtain an international Microsoft certified certificate. What it also did is actually, from the feedback from the students, that actually helped them a lot when they had to do the practical part of the CAT exam, which was the applications onto it. So this is a support mechanism into the applications for the candidates. If it makes sense.
It makes sense. Thank you.
Awesome. Also, Anzia, just to cover up, it is not only in the Western Cape. Remember, because it is online, it is actually nationally, besides national, it's actually international. Okay, I see Estelle put something on here. She said Jasperactive is not compulsory, it's enrichment. As I said, it is actually to increase your knowledge, your understanding, and also to actually increase your skill onto it. Remember, like we all say, the more you practice, the more you become perfect onto it. Okay, also Marlin says that Jasperactive learning tool is available for any CAT student and teacher across all the provinces in South Africa, and it's for free until July onto it. Normally, if you have to buy one of these packages, it can cost you almost up to 3,000 Rand. Okay, so I will actually encourage you to make use of the opportunity that's actually being granted unto you. Okay, remember we all are in South Africa. We want to see how we can actually assist one another and to see to the success, especially of our candidates and especially the matriculants if we look into the lockdown. And it's very challenging for them. So we as business partners, Master Skill, Genesis, we have just partnered together, including the Certiport and Jasperactive and those partners, actually how to assist our CAT students in grade 12 onto it. Okay.
And again, Nigel,
Yeah.
just to put emphasis on Estelle Goosen's comment in the group, in the chat group. Yes, Jasperactive is not compulsory. It's the enrichment, and it doesn't replace the National Senior Certificate exam. However, once you go that extra mile in wanting to write the final examinations for the Microsoft, I put you at another level because it's an international body. And you get international certification for that, whereas your CAT examination is but only one exam of all the exams that the matriculant needs to write. So yes, once you are ready for the international exam, you can schedule your exams through a certified Certiport testing center, which we are one of the testing centers in the Western Cape. In Cape Town. So yes, we've done some of the examinations for the teachers last year, where some of the teachers in the different districts came to write the international exams through the support of College of Cape Town. We actually received all those vouchers for free from them, and also with the partnership of Master Skill, which allowed those teachers to write the international exams for Microsoft Word, Excel, and all the other examinations which were available at the time. So yes, again, the Microsoft exams and the Microsoft training that is done by Jasperactive doesn't replace the National Senior Certification exam. So those matriculants must still write the National Senior Certificate exam. It just gives them the extra view, the extra boost, and it also gives them extra knowledge. One person also made mention here in the group, Jasperactive doesn't teach you what the book cannot teach you. So it teaches you more than what's in the book, right? And it gives you more than what is in the classroom environment. Sometimes the classroom environments are very limited, and it's limited to specific rules, right? However, the Microsoft certification, there is no limitation to the rule because it follows a timeline. It follows a pathway where you have to go through the specialist phase and then through the expert phase, and then you go through the master phase. By writing all those examinations, that makes you a Microsoft master at the end of the day. And just to make mention, Nigel is one of our master certification. He's one of the master guys who actually passed all the certifications in Microsoft. So just another, just a round of applause for that also. Big ups for that, passing all the exams and also going through the expert phase. Again, it doesn't defeat the purpose of a grade 12 learner having to write the National Senior Certification examination. So again, if you guys are ready and you guys are taking the opportunity and you guys are equipping your students, then big ups to you guys also, because you are going that extra mile with regards to the lockdown regulation and everything that South Africa is facing. I think everyone is just putting in a lot of effort with regards to getting these guys educated, getting the students up and running again, and supporting one another. And I think that is where everything comes in.
Thank you for that, Mr. Tarwat. The nice thing also, people, that you must understand, remember that Microsoft has actually got an MOU with MICT-CITI. Okay, now in the Microsoft, if you look at Word actually contains 3 unit standards, which is normally in the CITI sector from MICT, which is your basic, intermediate, and advanced, which is the I think it's the 117924, and then there is, but I know there's 3 unit standards into it. It's the other one is the 11708, but the 3 unit standards collectively is 13 credits. So if you went through the Jasperactive maybe Word application and you go write the exam, you receive actually dual certification because you get your Word Microsoft also specialist certificate, and also it is actually allocated 13 SAQA credits onto it. So that means if you go to an institution, you don't have to go study again the Word to obtain those 13 credits onto it. Your certificate is actually aligned to those 13 credits onto it for Word and for Excel. Okay, anyone else? Anyone? Going once? Going twice?
I think Marlene also made mention of the online examinations just now in the chat group. Nigel, if you can just have a read through there.
Okay. Okay. I see. There's just one thing that caught my eyes now. Chris asked a question: where can I get access? Because my laptop does not have it. My laptop has Microsoft Office 2013. So what is the difference? Okay.
Okay. So I just sent him a message now with regards to that question, Nigel.
Yeah.
So access does come with 2013 and it comes with 2016. It's not removed from the package because it's a packaged software.
Okay, so you decide. Okay, obviously in 2013, 2016, it's like every year a new car comes out. They modify the car. They make the lights a bit round. They make it a bit flashy.
Like a turbo and stuff like that.
Say again, Joshua. Joshua. Joshua, are you with us? Okay. Okay, so that's
Nigel.
Yes.
Chris wants to do a share screen on his side. He wants to show us that he doesn't have the access.
Okay, do you do it quickly?
You should just give him permission to do a share screen.
Okay. Okay, Chris, you can share your screen, Chris.
Yeah, I'm busy getting it on there. I'll take you to my home screen, then you'll see it does not pick it up at all.
Are you sharing your screen, Chris?
I'm going now.
Okay. The other thing so long, if you got any questions, any challenges. Okay, Estelle, you ask a question, how long does the certificate stay applicable? Remember, the certificate doesn't expire. Okay, your MOS certificate doesn't expire, even though you can just upgrade every time to a different version, etc. Because I don't know about it. Okay, remember, if you, especially in the IT sector, you know, where the people are highly upon such certification, then they want you to have the latest version. Okay, even though now we are in 2019 already in this 365, that 2016 is not actually been cast out onto it. Still people run on 2007, 2013, etc.
Nigel, can I ask you a question quickly?
Marlene?
When you are logged into Jasperactive, did you show the people that they need to select the version before they launch like a Word?
There was an option, Marlene, where I showed that you can actually so quickly in the version. There was something like that I showed them.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that you showed it. Because remember, if you have 2013 on your laptop, you need to select 2013 Word.
Yeah.
If you have Office 365, you need to launch 2019 or 2016.
Okay. While I'm waiting for Chris to say screen, I'll just say mine quickly and just show quickly. Can everybody see my screen? Okay, so you will see here application group here. Okay, so here it asks you what version you want. So we've got 2013, 2016, 2019. But as I said previously, whenever you want to choose one of these options, this must be installed on your application, on your desktop onto it, then you can actually work on it. Otherwise, you will see the Windows gonna hang and you won't be able to get through it. That makes sense, Marlene?
Yes, it does. And I just wanted to say that the application or Jasperactive works live in the app. They call it Lita, live in the app.
Yeah.
So the system works with the version of the Office that's installed on your computer.
Okay, thank you for that insight, Marlene. Is there anyone else? Chris, are you reading that side?
Okay, there's it. Look now when I zoom in on the first photo.
Okay. So you got 2013. Okay, you got 2013.
Yeah, okay, there's 2013. It did not come with access.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, so it's obviously the package. So if you bought a package, for example, the package can be like Office Home, Office Business, Office Pro. Then you will see some of those packages doesn't have access into it, but you can buy access as a standalone application also onto to add up to it.
Okay, Nigel,
Yes.
just to assist on that also, all dependent on the program that has been installed on his computer. Before installation, Microsoft gives you a customization option, all right? So it could be that the access wasn't selected, and his software was customized only to specific software. So if you can do the installation again and just see if the customization option gives him the capability to select the access.
Okay, awesome. Another thing is, Chris, if you are a student, okay, Marlon, there's one thing about Microsoft that came out. What was that? There was something about Microsoft where students can actually get access to free Microsoft software.
Okay.
Marlene, can you maybe just
Are you speaking of Mahala?
Yes, there we go. That one, Marlene. Marlene, are you still with us? Okay, so Chris, can you just stop your screen quickly from sharing? There we go. Marlene.
Sorry, I just took a quick call.
Okay, sorry. Marlene, so Chris is actually struggling because it can be maybe in his package there was not access onto it, or in the process of installation, he did not tick off the access application onto it and install only that it was ticked off onto it. But I know that when you spoke to us also about the Mahala thing of Microsoft onto it. So if you maybe can share with the room maybe some insight of that, how they can actually obtain it. There we go.
Carol, are you still online?
Yes, I am, Marlene.
Can you help me with that answer?
With the Mahala?
Yeah.
I'm seriously not very familiar with it. I just know that it was given to all students to have access to Office 365, but I'm really not very clued up. I'm sorry.
So Nigel, my first question would be, if Chris is a student or a learner or a teacher?
Chris?
I'm a student.
Okay.
Okay, so the schools, in which province are you, Chris?
Free State.
In the Free State. As far as I know, that there's 8 provinces that's got agreements with Microsoft. And Carol, once again, I'm not an expert on this, but as far as my knowledge goes, at all schools, there's an agreement with Microsoft to give Office 365 to make it available to the schools and the students.
Yeah, if you go to your CAT teacher, they are like, they have to give you the Office 365.
Wow, awesome.
Thank you, Yosha. So maybe then Chris can maybe contact his CAT teacher, and I know that he will link to his tenant. I don't know how these things work. I just hear these big words. But then maybe his teacher can just help him to get Office 365, because then he can work in a later edition as well.
Marlene, can I also make a suggestion? If we maybe can take this link, what you're showing us here, onto it, and maybe say it in the email of every candidate.
Yes, you
They
can.
can even explore it and maybe just say it maybe to from the students or maybe their friends, etc. onto it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that, Marlene. Thank you, Carol. Thank you for that, Chris. Anyone else?
Well, the students can offload Office from Mahala, but there's unfortunately not, Access is not part of that package,
Yeah, I
as
saw
you can see there.
part of it, yeah.
Then the option is then to rather contact the CAT teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So what
Now,
do?
can I ask another question? So today we've done how to get activated because of the questions that you got from people. Today, the session was about how to activate and register yourself on Jasperactive, and you showed the design of the system and how it works. Do you think it would be viable to maybe have another session where you just maybe do one lesson as a teacher, and or would that not be necessary?
Okay, I can have a discussion and then I will have to revert back to you onto it based on the time available. But I believe we can actually do something like that. But what I will do is we must actually get all the teachers. If we have maybe all the teachers context onto it, then they can actually get more students involved onto it, you know. And then we have a big group, and then we collectively do it. But I think there's something we can do about it.
So the reason why I'm asking you is, remember, we've made this tool available now for CAT teachers and students to help them to get through this lockdown period, that they can at least continue the learning and supplement the learning which they missing out in class. So what I saw at Tshwane University in Polokwane, what the lecturer specifically for Access did, before the learners started learning, he contextualized for them what is a database, because those are first years and they've never worked with a database, they don't know what it is. So these are learners that came from schools, obviously, and they did not take the CAT subject. Now they get to the university, they got no knowledge, and now part of their curriculum, they have to do Word, Excel, PowerPoint, whatever, Access. And he contextualized to them, you know, what is a database, what is it used for, and how, and he made these drawings on the board, and I still can't remember all these things, but it just, to me, made sense, because from there he said to the learners, you will now go and you will do self-study, and as a teacher I will be watching and see every step of the way what you're doing. So if you do something, I will see that you've done it. If you haven't done something, I can see that you haven't done it. And this is the reporting side that we will have separate sessions with teachers. We could maybe do a teacher session one day, not now, after the learning, whatever, that we can pull reports and show people that they can actually see exactly what the students were doing. So I was just wondering, you know, is there a way that we can, the teachers, or what would your advice be to the teachers, is to maybe do a Zoom session with students that are online, that have access to Zoom, just to contextualize and help them before they just jump in and study?
What even I will suggest, Marlene, is that should any teacher have maybe any difficulties, they can consult me or Mr. Lincoln, right? Me being in the programming line and Mr. Lincoln and myself being in the technical line onto it. So we are available. So if you even want to have a discussion, maybe only teachers and you want to have a discussion, then we can call a Zoom meeting. Remember, we want to instill the tools into you so that you can take that same tools and that skills and knowledge and invest it into your students, because you are working with your students. So if that is making sense, and that will be a way forward, and then I will actually work towards that.
I definitely think so, because, you know, getting a tool is one thing, but actually using it is another.
Yes.
And if you just give people something for free and expect them to do it by themselves, you know, we have to hold like a hand-holding process to make sure that people actually use it and understand the value.
Can I make a suggestion, Marlene?
Yes.
If there's teachers under group, do me a favor, get in touch with us via email. Mr. Lincoln can just put the email address onto it. Get in touch via email to us. Post your concerns, your questions, your challenges. Post onto it, and then we will analyze it, and then we will create another Zoom session for you people, only for the teachers onto it. You know, because sometimes things can go another way if there's students and there's teachers into it, because the teacher will speak from a teaching perspective, the child will speak from a learning perspective, and it can actually clash on the journey. So that is one of my suggestions, that if the teachers are there, email, communicate with us, and then we set up actually a meeting based on that. I think that will be a solution onto it. And what the students can do is they can then communicate with the teachers onto it. If there's no teacher onto it, they can actually send the teacher's email address, and then we can even communicate on that way onto it. So the more the merrier, as they say, onto the more we can get involved with one another, and then we will have success onto it. Will there be a solution, Marlene, or anyone else that?
Definitely, definitely. You see, we also rely on the subject advisors and the teachers to guide us. You know, how can we help you to help? How can we help you to make sure that your CAT students do the curriculums, prepare themselves for the exams, because we all know that this year is going to be a difficult one, and it's scrambled, and we have to make it work for ourselves. So whatever we can do to help, guide us on what we can do to help you to make this work.
Okay, Mr. Llewellyn, I just want to say something.
Yes, to all, and also thank you for Marlene for your response. And I think the platform, or they spoke about the Microsoft Office Specialist exam, or even the course outlines. My research shows that the comparison between the students that are writing end of the year Microsoft Word, Excel, and Access, that the Microsoft content or objectives or course outlines matches against the final year exam for the students to write. Our research over the past years, we allowed grade 12s to write exams, and even tested grade 11s to write exams. We have seen that they've done tremendously well. But for just an understanding of the exam, to pass, it's 70%, and it's being written in an hour, if I'm correct, Nigel. It's 50 minutes. And how many questions? Up to 50.
It depends. It depends. It can be 29 questions, or it can be 10 questions.
But we have seen how the exam has actually changed the lives of students. My objective within Jasper and beyond Jasper, looking how things will work in the month of September, is to see how we can take students, grade 12 students, and write these exams, especially those that have undergone, especially the Jasper training. The potential exists. We know there's a cost factor attached to those exams, but we will see how we work around with districts and also provinces to enable this amidst the curriculum trimming and the things that we face. And I think the platform will help all CAT teachers in terms of the challenge which they have of reaching their students, or even if this platform will be then in class, it will also be a very supportive mechanism. And what I welcome what Nigel is saying about the teachers, to keep it separate, because there are aspects of logins that we would want to pursue with teachers, that they can see how they can evaluate the learning of a child in the back end and see how the students have performed. And we cannot show all of these tools now exactly if students are also now part of it. We would want to reserve that kind of access for another Zoom meeting. Thank you, Nigel.
Okay, just two interesting points here. You know, there's the exams get discontinued, but your certification still say valid. So if I did 2013, right, I got my certificate, so it doesn't get invalid. But what Certipo does is they actually discontinue the exams. So the 2013 exam will be discontinued, but it doesn't mean your certification is invalid onto it. But now the certification that's available now is the 2016, the 2019, and also 365 onto it. Okay. The question from Estelle, the 60 days, when does it start? When the learner registers? Marlene, can you just maybe come in there for us? Because Marlene?
Yes, yes, sure. Remember, at the moment, each and every person that's registering are registering onto my center. But as soon as we've activated the district licenses, we will move those people over into the districts. So now that I know that Chris is, and I think you are collating this information, Chris is in the Free State, so we will move Chris. We will keep Chris probably in our portal because the education department in the Free State is not involved yet. So we will keep him separate. But in the Western Cape, we have the 8 districts. We will have a center for every district. We will move the people in the Western Cape into their own district so that we can pull a report per district. Does that make sense?
Okay, Marlene, I think that the question is, say for example, I got a demo key now, right? You issue the demo key for me, but now the question is, when does the 60 days ticking off?
Oh, sorry. Yes. So if the learner registers now, if you register now, you're linked to my portal, and my portal runs for however long I want it to run. I can set my dates, which is when once I move the people over into the districts, which I want to do on the 1st of June, it will run for June and July. So I want to make sure that you get the maximum usage out of using the portal. But I don't want to stop learners from registering now. If they register now, you lie under my portal. So you're actually getting longer than 2 months.
Okay, thank you for that, Marlene. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Marlene, that is awesome. Also to add that this Zoom meeting is recorded, which we will share with everyone. But at the same time, what I've done, I've also added this Zoom meeting live into on Facebook. There's a CAT and IT teacher group, which consists of more than 1,300 members. And I think this will also spark now more people watching and also to allow more people to engage with us. So Marlene, that information which you've said is very powerful as we are engaging now with schools outside the Western Cape directly, and eventually we will speak to the provinces, which we've done before, but we're waiting on the feedback to how formalize and assist us. In terms of Western Cape, excellently, they came on board, and as you've mentioned, we've are procuring site licenses for districts, reason being for better management, better structure, and also students signing up under the district which became managed. So no, thank you for that, Marlene.
Okay, thank
you. Can I just add one more thing? So people outside the Western Cape, remember, because we are in the Western Cape, our relationship with the Western Cape Education Department was an existing relationship. However, when this tool became available, we, Irshan Francis at the Western Cape Education Department shared this with all the other provinces. And but we don't have person-to-person relationships in the other provinces yet. So for us, with a given time frame that we have to do these projects and give it for free, it's for free for everybody, for all the provinces, all the schools, all the CAT teachers. But it's an administrative nightmare to get to everybody at this. It's not possible to put all the provinces at the same time. So yes, we shared this with Irshan, who shared it with his colleagues across the provinces, and any education department, school, district that contacts us from outside the Western Cape, we will accommodate them and we will give them the same.
Okay, thank you very much, Marlene. Okay, is there anyone else?
Well, am I correct in saying that?
Yes, Marlene, definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Marlene?
Yes.
Marla, on which offer does it run? The 365.
Remember, Tarvat, you're the technical person. Office 365 is basically Office 2016 in the cloud. Am I correct in saying that? And it's Office 2019 in the cloud.
It's 2016, Marlene.
2016. Okay, can you answer Chris's question?
Contact Lincoln.
Yeah.
Can you ask your question again?
Is Mahala, does it run on Office 365?
Yes.
Yes, it runs on. It's only Office 365 currently at the moment. That is the account that all students will receive.
Okay, thanks. Because I now let my cat teacher know, and she'd never heard of the Mahala programs.
Yeah. Chris, can you do us a favor? Can you maybe send your cat teacher's details to us that we can maybe communicate, we can even equip her also or him also, and then it can spiral from there so that we can also upskill your people from that side in the Free State. Will that work?
Yes, I'm busy typing it now for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Chris, okay, no, we appreciated that. Thank you for that, man. Yes.
So thank you for taking the lead, Chris, on that side of the Free State. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, is there anyone else before I'm going to log off? Is there anyone else? Anyone want to give some input onto it? Okay, Cheryl, you want to add up something? Anyone going once, going twice? You've been going very quiet now. I hope you're not too tired or I made you too tired today, but thanks for everybody. Thanks for attending the session. It's really appreciated. I trust that the information and also the knowledge and skill that's been invested, it will be helpful on the journey ahead so that by the end of the year, then we can see the success of all the CAT students onto it and even in your own personal life and capacity. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
So, just wait before you log off. Let me just send this to you.
Cheryl, is there anything that you would like to add from your side?
No, thank you, Nigel. That was actually fantastically well done on our Jasper, and that Jasper is a soft spot for me and Marlene. So we're very proud of what you've done today. Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. How do I stop this? Okay. So what we do? Come to the live. Live stream. But your meeting is still on.
Yeah.
So you can in your meeting.
Okay. So does anyone still want to pop a question? Feel free to do so.
I think it's only Chris. Wait, Chris is going to send you an email, but I sent him an email address where you can send his email to. So we're just waiting on him to give us a go ahead saying, okay, the email went through.
Okay, so I think I'm just gonna pop my email address also onto here. So okay, so if anyone wants to get maybe in contact with me, feel free to send me an email and then we can even take it from that point further also. Okay, thank you very much.